What's up from sister to sister family? Today I'm gonna teach you the 3 ways to make him fall in love with you. Okay? Tip number 1. It's Gigi. Yes.
Let me get comfortable.
Yes. Ooh, yes.
So what were you doing?
Oh, nothing. I was just teaching them how to recite Proverbs 31.
I cannot keep it to myself. God been too good to me. This is no secret. I cannot keep it to myself. God been too good to me.
Welcome back to the channel from sister to sister. I know y'all are probably wondering who this. Yeah, it's me. What's up? What's good? How?
I'm just so shook. I'm so excited. It's been so long since you've seen Audrey. As you know, she's been focusing on school. I'm gonna let you guys hear from her some of the other cool things she's been working on.
So yeah, I'm in school. I'm currently in my MPA program, getting my master's in public administration. We about to be executives and directors one day, hopefully. I'm also really getting into fashion, so I've been reselling. That's how I've been starting out. I've also been having a lot of design ideas, but other than that, I've been in school and focusing on different entrepreneurship side hustles. So,
Hustle. Yeah, as you guys know, as I warned you, I tried to hold it down without my sister, but it's just not the same. I definitely am gonna be the frequent person on the From Sister to Sister channel, but anytime we're together, I'm saying it right now, those are gonna be my favorite videos. I'm so excited, Audrey, to get into what we're talking about today, which is, as you've probably already seen from the title, what we learned living together for 3 whole years. I think, it's different when you grow up living with your sister, when you're forced to live together in one roof. We're gonna share like some legit things we learned living together as adults post-college under the same roof. Okay? Get ready.
yes, so we learned tremendously a lot of things, and probably a lot of things that are going to prepare us for that wedding ring. You know what I'm trying to say out here? I mean, we're gonna be married one day.
Claim it.
Claim it. But the first thing that I really want to talk about that I didn't think would be an issue, because I thought this is an area that we could save money. I was looking at Camille's salary, looking at my salary, and I said, yes, the savings are coming into my account now. I looked at her salary and I said, yes, half of that is coming into my portion now. And so the issue that we had is we like to eat different things. How? When we are both Nigerian, do we not like the same rice? Do we not like the same stew? We like to eat different things. So instead of us taking turns, each person cook one thing every other week, we both individually cooked our own meals every week, and however so freely every day. And that was a reality that we learned.
Yeah, it was a good look at first, trying to say like, oh, it's your week to cook, but issues just started coming up. Like, Audrey is a picky eater, and I guess I cook more like a mom, like, oh, here's the spaghetti for the week. By like day 2, Audrey was like, that stupid thing in the fridge, I don't want to eat that. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do here. I think it was the wisest decision to split up and cook our own meals. It made us more accountable for ourselves, our own dietary needs. So yeah, that's one fun tip. We ended up realizing that we have very different palates, okay? I think sometimes we also messed each other up. Like when one person was trying to eat really healthy, someone else, like as in my sister, would always want to be ordering Uber Eats. Not a good look.
If that's how she wants to tell you how it went down, then that's okay.
The next area of learnings that we experience living together is a bit more deep, but we learned how to be strong for one another and almost become more comfortable seeing each other in our brokenness at times. I remember my sister kept warning me, like, I don't know, living with you, that's gonna be weird. You're gonna see me when I'm not good. And I heard her and I'm like, what do you mean, Audrey? Because we're very close. Like when she was in college, I was living on my own already. We would talk. Like she would call me, fill me in on her problems, but it's just different when you're in the same space as adults going through your stuff. We learned compassion. I would say areas where I was weak, Audrey was strong for me. Areas where Audrey was not so strong, I learned how to be strong for her.
There's this thing called 60-40 rule. And so what that basically means is your partner will either be 60 or 40, or either you're going to be 60 or 40. And the biggest thing I've learned is there's going to be times where you have to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to be 50-50. And that's how most arguments start, because you say, I'm doing the dishes all the time. I'm cleaning the carpet all the time. I'm cleaning the bathroom all the time. I'm doing this all the time. And you have to realize there's this 60 and 40 gap that's always going to be there.
Yeah.
And the fight is always trying to get to that 50-50.
Yeah.
And also the second thing with the 60-40 thing is that you can't rub it in your partner's face for picking up that slack, because then you just make them feel condemned, or worse, that they're not able to be a certain way for you. And so you just need to be able to be mature and clean that kitchen, even though your partner's not maybe cleaning as much as they should, and allow time for them to get back to their 50 or 60. But if it is an extended period of time where they're not good, then, have a conversation.
And speaking of conversations, we've learned how to be better communicators. And we all know communication is not just speaking, it's listening. So it's so easy, like when you've had a long day of work or you're in your feelings, when the person you're sharing a space with is like, yo, what's going on with this? Now's not the time to be like, well, that's what you do all the time. Or when someone's trying to explain, like, hey, when you did this to me, it made me feel this way. That's not the time to go, well, that's what you did to me yesterday. Like, we've really learned how to just take each moment for each moment. And then maybe on a separate occasion be like, hey, I just want you to realize that this is the same thing that you just communicated to me that you don't like. So let's practice like not doing it to each other.
Yeah.
Apologizing. Oh my goodness, one of the things living with my sister has taught me is you have to take it to the next level. It's not about even just eventually apologizing. I've grown to the point where I apologize on sight. I die to my flesh, and right there, if I'm in the wrong, whether if I raise my voice or if I snap, there are so many times where I just had to be like, Audrey, look, I'm sorry. You're not the one that I'm fighting. I don't know what that was about, but I didn't mean to speak to you like that. Oh my goodness. If you can master those things, you're going to be fine in corporate America. You're going to be fine in your marriage. I think that's top favorite thing I've learned living with my sister.
Yeah, and just going back to that, just having a lot of patience for each other. And I think one thing that living with my sister taught me, the biggest thing, was my character and having heart checks. And when I go into patience and talking about that, I mean There's times where we're patient with our boss at work easily. Like, you're not trying to get fired, are you? Like, no. There's times where we're patient with people when we're in the four walls of the church. You know, of course you don't want to be causing a scene in your community. But there's times where we go back home with the people that we're most relaxed with, and we can start to show horrible sides of our character because our guard is down. And so I think one thing I question myself is my behavior shouldn't change. If I'm at work, I should be the same type of kindness at work, the same type of kindness with my sister. If I'm at church and how we serve in our church, serve your mom, serve your dad, serve your sister the same way. When someone asks, can you help me with this? We say, yeah, I'll help you. But when our siblings ask for help, we're like, nah.
It happens.
So living with Camille made me just grow in my character and evaluate having a heart like Christ, and not just a situational thing, but bring it home to even like every area in your life. Serve.
Sharing your Uber Eats even when you don't feel like it.
Let's talk about it.
Letting
her borrow my clothes every day.
Yeah. So the next area is we had to realize that it's natural that we were going to be more irritated being in the same space. We've talked about how we even shared a room. We used to, I think the irritation built up because we used to live in a studio, and we thought, oh, once God blessed us, we moved to this bigger apartment, all that irritation and frustration that was building up, just kind of feeling like we were on top of each other's necks, would die down. No, it got worse. Even with the pandemic, you know, we can't even go outside. Now I have to be inside all day with the same person, same room, same air we're breathing. We sometimes, like, you hear nice things and they become insults. So many times my sister's like, what's up? And I was like, what's your problem? It happens when you live together. It happens. And thankfully, though, we learned to give each other space when we're feeling a little annoyed or agitated with one another. We naturally don't fight. Yeah. We got into one fight one time, and it's because of that buildup. What had happened was I had just cleaned my car, and I was, you know, when you clean your car, you're so uptight. You don't want anyone to even breathe in your car. We had just come back from an event, and my sister so casually was like, Camille, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna leave my purse in the back. And I don't know, it just triggered me. I was like, no, Audrey, bring your purse inside. And my sister was like, no, Camille, please, 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 I want to leave it in the back. And I was like, Audrey, no, I just cleaned my car. I don't want anything. My sister, let me tell you something about little sisters. They will try you. They sometimes will act like they are the bigger sister. They be forgetting who they're talking to. There are so many times I had to look Audrey in the face and say, Audrey, I make too much money for you to be speaking to me the way you're speaking to me right now. So it was that kind of moment. She was like, Camille, I don't care. I'm leaving my purse in the car. Y'all, I lost it. I threw her purse on the floor. And then she, to retaliate, threw my purse on the floor. I'm not gonna go into details, but just know that it was a long, awkward night. I think that was the only night where, like, the one time where I couldn't even bring myself to apologize. She broke my favorite eyebrow pencil, so I then looked crazy going to work. But then
watch this. This is the most messed up part. I give her access to my Amazon Prime because I'm kind. I like to share. And she charged her new eyebrow pencil on my account with my money.
Yeah. I would say that was our nastiest fight. And it was so weird because we never fight. So to fight was like, oh wow, this is what we're really doing this.
It wasn't good. It was one of those fights you just, when Jesus talks about like, don't be slow to anger, you're like, yeah, I know what you meant. I understand.
But that irritation, that's what I'm talking about. Like in most cases, oh my gosh, we fight and it's like while we're fighting, we're like, what do you want to eat? Like we don't stay mad at each other at all.
I can't. Like, I actually know what it means to love someone. Like, I really know what it means to love someone because Camille is one of the few people where, like when you read 1 Corinthians 13, it talks about love. Like, I literally can do all those things with her. And she teaches me that if I could love her this way, that means I could love other people that same way. Like, not holding things in, you know, not being slow to anger, you know, not having your own self-interest, things like that, putting this person above yourself sometimes. So
she's really taught me that if I raise my voice at her, if I speak in such a way to her that's not loving, it's like I'm hurting myself. So I think this is a good segue into our last favorite thing that we learned living together is that we actually don't get tired of one another. Like, Audrey, you're my best friend. I can literally hang out with her all day. I know we talked about irritation, but that happens like once in a while. Most times we're like literally snuggled up next to each other, either watching movies, doing a lot of eating. I don't get tired of this one. She's my person.
I don't get tired of her. I mean, there's moments where, trust me, I'm like, Cam, like, you got 3 seconds to leave this room. But I genuinely can like spend a lot of my time with her, which is strange because I'm an introvert. So
it works. Like, I'm like this morning person, like to myself a bit. Audrey is like,
yeah, so when you even look at our schedules, like our devotional times, Camille loves to spend her mornings spending time with God, spending time with Jesus. I don't know what it is about me, but I like my best times with Jesus are between 12 and 3 a.m. Don't know why. I need to fix it. But yeah.
It's funny because also I had to learn, like, Audrey can really play the same Bethel song all day long. And I just learned to, like, in the body of Christ, you don't judge. Like, open the scroll, praise the Lord. Anyway, I'll cut that up. It's like 50-50, where we learn that this is my best friend and I never get tired of her. It's like, the one negative is we learn that we're not those like pep rally girls, like, oh my gosh, let's do a devotional together, let's go work out together. We're actually not so conducive to each other's growth in that way. We've just learned to respect that our relationship is more of like, we're a relaxed place for one another. So just with the way things are right now, where Audrey is moved back with our folks, and I am going to be going back to New Jersey actually tomorrow, I think it's good for us to continue to go after our goals separately, but then still know how to come back to each other as a safe, resting, relaxed place. It's okay, like, you don't have to force every relationship to look perfect. Where we thought we would be like huge motivators for each other, we actually don't. And it's okay. It doesn't mean that we're not cool or close, just different dynamics, I would say.
Because a lot of we struggle with a lot of the same weaknesses. And so it's hard when we're both struggling with the same weaknesses to keep each other both accountable, whether it be in self-discipline with different things like exercising or, you know, eating healthy, or just time management. So it was really hard. And so I've learned that, you know, it's okay. You have to learn that there's certain people you can do certain accountability things with. There's other people who are best for different things.
Yeah.
But we are, at the end of the day, a safe place for each other.
Yes. we are the perfect eating and movie buddies. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully Audrey will tune back with us again before 2021 ends. But yeah, if you have a sister, love on her and appreciate that bond, because it truly is a blessing.
Comment below how many siblings you have.
You said that last time.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
A blooper. No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
You said comment below how many siblings.
And can I not comment again? Can you not comment again? So yeah, guys, this is coming to an end, but please comment below what type of content you want to see from us together. If you watch the end, you a real one. And so that means that your comments matter, and we're going to read them. And I'm going to talk to you, and we're going to think of you. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the YouTube star. So my sister's been doing these new things with her lingo where she just keeps doing it. It's really funny. I just have to do it, and she'll do it too. She keeps going, and then the other one she keeps doing is pandemic. So we're gonna use it in a sentence so you can see how it is. So let's do the first one. Audrey, what's up? Like, how's school? How are your classmates?
Like, I mean, school, I mean, my tuition is supposed to be paid last week. Is it paid?
Here's example number 2. Audrey was at Best Buy needing to get a laptop. So the cashier asked her, 1, how much money are you making? And all this stuff. And Audrey had to look at him and say, pandemic. What's up, guys?
What's up, gang? We stepped up our quality. Look at this 4K resolution. We even stepped up our aesthetic. You can't tell me I didn't spend money. How are they gonna know?
How are they gonna know?
How are they gonna know?
How are they gonna know? Audrey, we have to look here.
I am looking at how are they gonna know?